Hello everybody, welcome back to the Auto Bravado channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at this 2012 Toyota Camry Hybrid XLE. Let's get into the review. Yes, this is the Camry Hybrid. Its second iteration since its introduction in 2006. This example is from the 2012 model year and is in the XLE trim, which is seemingly the most popular higher end trim amongst the Camry line. This is the 7th generation Camry Hybrid. And as you'll know, Toyota is very modest about the way they design their cars. And if you can tell really closely, this is a radical departure for Toyota. More aggressive lines, sleeker, just a better look. And I just want to point out, this car is 8 years old. It's been held up so well. And yes, this is a Camry Hybrid. And it's hard to believe that these aftermarket rims really accentuate the look of this car. I think it's one of the best looking hybrids you can buy. And I just wanted to talk about the tires and rims for a minute. These are aftermarket tires and rims. They are 215 55R17, so we have 17-inch rims all around with very grippy, very nice Pirelli tires. So this will definitely affect the handling of this car, and I'm really interested to see how they'll perform. So another thing I wanted to talk about is trunk space. So this is a hybrid, and the batteries are mounted under the floor of the car, and as you can see, none of the trunk space is robbed by that. Toyota's done such a good job of packaging the batteries in the chassis and the frame, all of that. They've done such a good job. No trunk space is robbed. You've lost none of the practicality. It's really a marvel of Toyota. So we're going to get inside the interior of the Camry Hybrid, and upon entrance, it's really comfortable. This seat is so nice and huge. It's really comfortable. This is the XLE trim, and there is leather everywhere. Soft touch materials, nice easy buttons, don't stick, nothing like that. And also another thing I really wanted to point out, this is the XLE trim, which means it has leather and other higher end features. However, the seats are covered in a sort of cloth, Alcantara, and leather combination, which you just don't see in cars like this. It's actually really nice and comfortable. You know, the previous generation Camry, you know, that had nice materials, but this really just takes it up a notch. You know, everything, it feels more solid, nicer. You know, the quality of the materials is it's just better. It gets better every generation somehow. So it's nice. It's a nice car to be in. This is the higher end trim, so as the old saying goes, it has all the bells and whistles. You have Bluetooth audio, calling capability, everything like that. Your cup holders, places to charge your phone, a giant center console to store things. Just something really interesting here. Toyota has used a faux, I don't know what you would call it, material on the armrest, and it actually looks very cool with the color combination of the gray leather and the black plastics. It's actually, they've done a good job color matching everything in this interior. I'll say this is probably one of the weirdest steering wheel configurations. The buttons, they look actually very weird, but another thing I have to notice, the cruise control stock is over 20 years old. They've been using this type of stock for the longest time. And the thing is, there's nothing wrong with it. It works so well. There's no point in changing it. No point in configuring it any other way. It's a Toyota. It works. You can use the same switch gear over and over. All right, so we're going to get in the passenger seating area, and it actually feels completely different. There's a ton of room up here, and it's actually very comfortable. You can sit here in a long road trip, and it's just comfortable. You can have your air conditioning on if it's hot, or you know, if it's a little cold outside, your heated seat. You have everything you could need. I mean, cabin materials feel so nice. I mean, as opposed to that 6th generation Camry we had on the channel, you know, it's really a step up, and it's really nice. You know, stitched leather dash. You know, the material, the faux material that goes all the way around the cabin, it feels really nice. This is 1 generation newer, and I have to say, it's really a huge departure. And obviously, yes, it's on a new platform, but just looking around the interior, it's really a step up. Toyota's really bringing up their game. Another thing that's new for this generation Camry, you do have side bolster support on this side of the seat, and it actually just makes it a lot more comfortable. You'd really be surprised. Really nice, which adds to the style of this car, is the fact that Toyota has gone through the effort to try and conceal the antenna through a little nub on the top of the roof, which it's really just nice to look, and it actually makes it a lot easier to clean. We just have to talk about the rear rear door panels again. You have nice, soft and smooth, supple leather, and yes, it's 8 years old and it's held up this well. There's actually still quite a bit of softness to it. You know, there's no cracking on it as of yet, but you know, soft, smooth touch, plastics down below and up top. You know, it's really, Toyota's come a long way in terms of their, you know, luxurious abilities in their cars. This is a mid-size sedan, and legroom back here is actually very good, as well as headroom. And I'm sitting up straight right now. There's actually quite a bit of room for me, so, and that's in my driving position right here, so not a problem at all. In terms of amenities back here, you have places for cup holders, storage, little place to store little things here. You have rear climate vents for 2 passengers, as well as a rear folding center console with open cup holders. So, you know, it's just really nice back here. Everything you get up front, you get a little bit back here as well. That you just don't see in a lot of cars. You have a carpeted rear deck area with dual subwoofers in the back, as well as places to put your child seat restraints. So, you know, just a little added extra bonus that really adds to the feel of this interior. And here's another thing that I just have to point out. Toyota has installed what appears to be a vent here. We have no idea what it is. I have done so much research about this. If any of you have any idea what this is, please let me know in the comments below. I have to explain about Toyota's XLE trim. They call it a full leather interior, but actually Toyota, what they do is they use leather on the actual places that your body touches, and then they use vinyl on places like the sides of the seats, the back of the seats, stuff like that. It is cost-cutting measures, but you know, it's not really something to worry about because Toyota's vinyl is actually very durable. All right, so now we're getting under the hood of the Toyota Camry Hybrid. So we have a naturally aspirated 2.5-liter inline 4-cylinder developing 200 horsepower, combined with the 245-volt nickel metal hydride battery. And combined, this car gets 40 miles per gallon city and 38 miles per gallon highway for a combined average of 39 miles per gallon. Just another thing I wanted to point out, this 2.5-liter inline 4 hybrid weighs the same as the more expensive Toyota Camry V6 at around 3,500 pounds for this one and around 3,600 pounds for the V6. It's just amazing that the hybrid Synergy drive electric motor weighs as much along with the batteries. With the combination of the hybrid Synergy drive and the gasoline motor, it picks up instantly. And the torque of the electric motor just make it pull so well and instantly. Well, we've taken an in-depth look at this 2012 Toyota Camry XLE Hybrid. Now it's time to get it out on the road for a drive. Trying to drive, and right now we have it running. The gasoline motor's running, not the hybrid drive. So here we go. We're gonna get in. All right. So it's already running. Air conditioning on. All right. Seatbelt on. So parking brake is off, and here we go. So we're in drive mode now, and it sets off. All right, so we're just driving along now, and we're not able to use EV mode because the battery is low, so we might be able to do it a little later. So we are using the gasoline motor just now, and it's pretty quiet, you know, 200 horsepower. I think it's around 190 something foot-pounds of torque with just the gasoline motors. All right, so we're at a stop right now, and the gasoline motor's running. It's fairly quiet. It's actually just like the other, you know, naturally aspirated Camrys, the non-hybrid ones. So, you know, it's really nice to, you know, have something like that with the obviously with the added benefit of the electric motor. So, all right, so we're gonna go into EV mode, and I'll have to let you know, it goes out of EV mode after 30 miles an hour. So we're in EV mode right now. Can't hear anything. So as soon as it hits 30. Gasoline motor will turn on. Okay, so now, as you can tell, it just beeped at us, and EV mode is off, and now we're using the combination of the gasoline motor and the electric battery. So I just wanted to talk about regen. So if you let off the gas, it goes directly into the charge mode as it shows on the dial, and then if you brake, it goes down all the way to the bottom. So it's really totally focused towards fuel economy. All right, we're gonna do a little pull here. We're gonna so it's out of eco mode now. Here we go. We're gonna mat it in a second. Here we go. It picks up instantly. That's insane. Wow. Now it has a CVT, so you do hear a bit of that CVT noise, but you know, the torque in this thing is instant. I mean, it's not like, you know, a ton of torque, but you know, the way it's delivered, boom, it's happening. You're moving. So you know, no changing down for gears, you know, no looking for higher RPMs. You know, you can just plant it. All right, so we're in EV mode again, and it's really quiet. You know, the EV mode is really for only, you know, putting around the neighborhood, you know, maybe, you know, stop and go traffic, but, you know, other than that, like, here we go, it's gonna turn on. All right, so the gasoline motor just turned on. I will say this is one of the faster hybrids on the market. 0 to 60 happens in something like 7 seconds, which is honestly remarkable for a 3,500 pound car. So, you know, it's really nice that, you know, Toyota did give this car a little bit of oomph. We're gonna do a little pull with the windows down. Here we go. We're gonna roll into it. Here we go. Instant. I'm not even flooring it. Wow. It accelerates really good. I mean, the torque is just there. It goes really well. Here we are again with the regen effect. It actually doesn't recuperate a lot of the energy like the lithium ion regeneration systems do, but you know, this is really Toyota's first entrance into the, you know, serious hybrid market, because, you know, in 2000 Toyota launched the Prius, and that was really a precursor to the starting of the hybrid movement. So you know, this is really showing the development of Toyota's hybrid system. So you know, baby steps here and there. All right, full regen working in effect. You know, this is a car you really just, it is the daily driver of daily drivers. And you know what's nice about it, and especially this trim, you have all the amenities you could possibly need. You know, you have comfortable seats, you have, you know, power, electric, everything, you know, an air conditioning system that blows cold every single time you get in. You know, it's really, Toyota's always about driver comfort, and they fall no short in this. All right. Wow, this thing's it's nice and quiet, and it pulls very nicely. Well, I just have to show you something else. We're getting about 30 miles per gallon from all that driving we just did now, and considering how much this car weighs, the electric battery, it's about 90 degrees outside to get approximately 93. You know, it's done very well. You could say phenomenally. But man, other than that, you know, this is as good as it gets with a hybrid. You know, the performance you get as well as the fuel economy, it's a really good combination of a car. Well, that is something right there. This thing is a hybrid. It handles well, especially with these tires. There's a little bit of tire squealing around some corners, but other than that, it's really good. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I had making it. I hope to see you guys all back here very soon.